Hello, my name is Kendra Moser, and I'm going to share with you how I make instructional videos using Apple products, more because that's what I use. And so I embarked upon starting to make instructional videos for my chemistry students many years ago. And actually, the technology has changed over time. And I'm going to share with you what I have used before and what I am currently using. Please excuse the noise if you can hear the background noise. I do have construction going on in my house right now. And the one thing that I still need to get is some kind of microphone, and I'm looking into that right now for this upcoming year. So the technology and tools that I use, I actually have a MacBook Pro, and I use an app called Ink2Go that's for the MacBook Pro. It doesn't actually, you can't get it on an iPad. And then I use my iPad Pro with an Apple Pencil and some sort of a slideshow app of your choice. I'm actually currently using, and I've used about everything. I used Google Slides when I first started making my videos, and then I tried to use Keynote. And what I'm finding is that those ones on my iPad are a little more sensitive to touch, and so I am currently using PowerPoint. I work in a school that is definitely a Microsoft school. And so I use a lot of Microsoft applications. And then I'm using Air Server with my screen mirroring from my iPad, and then my YouTube account. And then optional, you could use iMovie. I have used it to splice together different options before. The cool thing about Ink2Go is I can actually, over here on the side, I can pause a video at any time when I'm capturing that. If I'm doing it directly on my iPad, I am not able to do that. So that's kind of a cool thing with this particular technology. I used to, instead, before I had my, oh, there we go, that's where it gets a little sensitive. Before I had my iPad Pro with my Apple Pencil, I used to use a Wacom tablet. So that was the first thing that I did. And so I used that before as well. One of my issues right now is that when I'm doing the mirroring, I'm not getting as clear, and you can kind of see there's a little bit of fuzziness behind that. But it's the best thing that I have to work with right now. The Wacom tablet's tough because you actually have to watch your computer screen and then write down below. And so that's a bit tricky sometimes as well. So I'll kind of show you a couple of features. So in my Ink2Go app is right here on my screen. I think you can see the whole thing there. And that's what I use. And then we have this toolbar. Now, I don't use a lot of the tools on here because I'm actually mirroring with my iPad. So you can see that if I pull down on the corner of my iPad, let me move my face here down, you can actually see all these different options. And so it says that I am actually currently, that Kendra's MacBook Air is where my mirroring option would be. So again, I just pulled down from the upper right hand corner, and then you can see that. If I want to actually do just a screen capture on my iPad, which I do for some of my instructional videos, especially for going over example problems and things like that, I tend to use more of that. This next to the little house down below, there's a recording capture there. You just want to make sure that your microphone is turned on that if you do go to use that as well. And so those are a couple of the things that I will use if I'm just going to capture something straight from my iPad, which you can find other videos for as well. Some of the other tools that are on here, I can actually use. There's a whiteboard feature that's on here, and there's all sorts of different tools. I used to use those more with my Wacom tablet. I can actually then resize the screen, so I don't have to do a full screen capture. I can actually change what I'm going to capture on there, and I don't see that button right now. I think it's on a different thing. And then the thing that I like about using the Ink2Go and mirroring is that it gets my face in there, and it just makes it a little more personal. You don't have to do that. I just think it's nice to watch somebody's facial expressions if I'm watching an instructional video. So you can choose your window size, you can choose which camera it's coming from, your resolution, that sort of thing. I think it's nice to have just a small picture of yourself on there, and that makes it kind of easy to do. And so you just go through and start a capture. Now, the other thing that I like to do is I have my YouTube account. And so after I'm done making an instructional video, then I just go ahead and I upload that into my YouTube account. Make sure you have the parameters on there that you want, and then you can actually send that out. I embed a lot of this, so when I'm using these things, I'm embedding them into a OneNote notebook for my students for them to watch instructional videos. Those are just a few of the things that I use, and I hope that might be helpful for some of you who may be trying this. Again, there's going to be different ideas that you could use using a PC instead of Apple products, but that's just what I've used. As a chemistry teacher doing math, I think this Apple Pencil and an iPad is just the way to go. So I hope that helps some of you out as you're starting to think about different ways to take video and get information to your students.